Hi Libra, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Libra, this is your love reading starting today on the we have the 14th of July. And it's going to be a bit different today than the usual. I'm going to start with the typical deck and do a love reading for you where you're at right now. And then I'm going to end the reading with a silent part where I show you cards, but I don't comment on them or say anything that comes through for me, but I'd rather have something come through for you. I'll explain more when we get there, but that's at the very end. And then I'm going to do the extended, sort of from the new place, where you will find yourself in a new place. And you will feel if you feel drawn to that or not. So we're starting with your... I do apologize for that. That's a bit of a weird sound coming out of the computer. I think it went away. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we're starting today on the 14th, which is absolutely gorgeous because 14 is all about... Okay, I'm just forward jumping now to my meaning, my interpretation of it. And obviously, I mean, I always say it's my interpretation and it's my meaning of it, and not acting as if there's something that this is just the way it is, because I almost always trust my, the intuition that comes through. But there's a noise there back and forth that I don't know, it might have relevance to something. I hope it's not too disturbing. Maybe it's not even picked up, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah, so 14 in the unique frequency is number 1, which is a new beginning, and number 4, which is the heart matter. You're laying a new foundation, and it's something around your heart center. So it's a really gorgeous energy just to begin with, as it is. But then over time, this 14 has kept coming up as a new vibe around it, and I kept sort of saying it's not mine to say because it's not the unique frequency. But then if I'm bold enough, I might actually have gotten the insight about that this is the new frequency of this 14, of the numerology of 14, that if we're talking about 12, that's the masculine, and the 13 is the divine feminine, and then 14 is like the movement of that, is this sort of combination. I don't even know if I want to say yin yang, that is sort of completely balanced coming together. I just rather explain how I feel around the number. And I over the time said, if you were to be in love with a number, 14 is the number to be in love with. And here I am doing this love reading where I feel like the shift from where you are now into sort of your newfound place, which is not a newfound place. It was always there. We're going to go back to your blueprint and find the strongest love that you can find within yourself. I'm going to use 14 cards to do that, to just sort of match that number, and that number is today's date. So there's something really significant going on here for you, especially for you. So yeah, let's just dive in to see where you're at right now. And this is the Archangel Power Tarot cards that I'm using first to just get some clearance on where you're at, Libra. Wow. I was really shooting out there. Ooh, I like it. Wow, they literally are just flying out. I think that's it. That's it. I think that's it. Wow, gorgeous. So the first card that just literally shooted, can you say that? Shot. What's up with the computer? I don't know. It looks like somebody's going to get married. Somebody's going to get engaged. Somebody's really stepping into this gorgeous commitment. There's a lot of butterflies here, and I have never seen that before. It's like was just thinking about that before I started the reading. It's so beautiful because it's this friend of mine that just over the years, she's just been continuously called me in Swedish. She said Änglafjäril, which directly translates to angel, like I'm her angel butterfly, which is gorgeous, and it's sort of has grown on me a bit. It's taken some time to get there to feel that, but then today I was thinking about, so here we have the butterflies, but they can easily be mistaken for phoenix risings, like those wings, just the wings of the phoenix rising, but they're everywhere. They're on this side, on that side, they're there, and they're there. It's just filled. It's like the beams or the pillars here. Beams, you don't say that, do you? It's like the basis or whatever holds down the fort. It's built on this phoenix rising energy, and it's so freaking stable. It's not moving or going anywhere anytime soon. And so first, what I want to say about that is that I thought of it like Änglafjäril. Like I thought of it as, that's really, it just sounds, if you just listen to it as a word, like angel butterfly, it just all sounds really fluffy. But the butterfly over the years has gone from just really being something completely beautiful that is flying around, being, sorry, I got something in my eye. It's so interesting because that's so interesting for you guys. I got something in my eye. I get that quite, I should not compete, what? I should not continue to repeat that, because then I'll just have more stuff in my eye. My own prophecy there, something in my eye. So I was trying to say, obviously I just can't leave that there. Obviously there's a message for somebody around that you have something in your eye. You might want to take a closer look at it. You might want to, maybe even a closer look at your eye, or a closer look at something, or something might be blocking your view or something. That's maybe just for one or two people out there. A very specific message. So what I wanted to say first, it sounds very fluffy. Angel and butterfly is like, oh, fluffy, fluffy, airy, fairy. But let me tell you, the butterflies has turned into this very gorgeous transformational energy, really, really strong transformational energy. And I was just thinking about that as I was just sitting here, quieting my mind and just sort of getting into the energy of it. And that came to mind. Like I was just thinking about that angel butterfly and how, yeah, maybe I feel very drawn to the angel realm. I am channeling a lot of the angel energy, and the butterfly has become more and more apparent, like how much of a transformation everything has been and everything is for so many people, and how then you start with your card and it's like, yeah, it's like I can't really tell if that is a white butterfly or if those are like phoenix rising wings. It sort of doesn't matter. It just speaks about how you're going through this major transformation. So that said, whatever built is like it's like either you're stepping into this foundation with another person, or you have already stepped into this foundation. Let's see more of the timing of it. As we can clarify this if we want to. Okay. There's something around whatever you're stepping into, whether you're single or already in this, it is built on solid ground. Like this thing that is holding down the fort, holding up it is so stable. So I feel like this next relationship that you're stepping into, or that you have already stepped into, is really, really solid. It's butterfly / phoenix rising solid. And the woman here is representing the whole solar plexus, combined with a bit of green there. So it's like the heart and the solar plexus is all in on it, which is like the best. It's the best perspective to come from, and it's the best energy centers to have balanced, because it's all about self-worth. It's all about your self-confidence, knowing who you are, knowing that you're worthy of this relationship, and that your heart is in on it. It's like bingo. 4 of Gabriel. So we have your 4 is also about the heart. And then there's something about the Gabriel angel is back there, sort of pointing to, she's not really pointing, but what it comes through to me as if she's pointing to first getting your angel wings. There's something about, this looks like a huge dove looking in that direction. I know it's a cloud, but it comes across as a dove, like it. So there's so much peace being brought to you right now, Libra. There's like a karmic return is what I feel like. There's a card that I'm thinking about, like each time that card comes out, it's sort of like the Libra card. It's not sort of like, it is the Libra card. It's the Justice card. And that Justice card has become like good karma return. And whatever you think about the word karma or the term karma, I just feel like that's whatever you send out in good vibes are coming back in good vibes. That's what I mean with good karma return. There's something about, so we have a peace, like the dove of hope, but in Swedish it's better expressions. It's a peace dove, fredsduva. So there's a lot of peace here. Stability, new foundation, awesome, solid foundation built on so much knowledge and so much hardship, I would say. And it doesn't mean that it's good because it's built on hardship. It just means that both of you know where you're standing, know what you want. I don't know, it's just really beautiful. It's almost emotionally beautiful. And then there's something about that Gabriel is pointing to this castle situation. It looks like a castle or several castles. And how one castle, do you see how one of them are a bit fractured and one is really solid with that? There's a dome again. So grateful for receiving that word from somebody through the comment section. I was trying to explain this thingy and the reason I thought about it was that I was given that series that I later then understood that it was called Under the Dome. And so this is like the dome. It feels like that's the dome again, like sitting on top of that building, or that castle rather. And it's like it wants to show you, like she's pointing to see, first we had fractured wings, or it's just clouds, and it's a bit of everything here. So you sort of can't see it clearly. And it's like she's pointing to the first castle here that is fractured, that has no roof, is no stability. It's like it's being left alone. Nobody's tending to it. It's really just falling apart. And I feel like this represents you, or represents an earlier relationship where you almost have left yourself a bit on, like you're not watching yourself, or not nurturing yourself, or not taking care of yourself. It's like a feeling of I don't care if it falls apart, I don't care what's going to happen to me. Is that a bit like careless, not really? Whatever food you put in your body is like, who cares if I eat loads and loads of sugar and there's no balance in what? And I'm not against sugar, I just have to say that. You know what I mean. If it's like a not a balanced situation for you in terms of what type of people you allow for yourself to have around you, what are you doing in terms of sleep? How is it going with balancing yourself out in terms of, it doesn't have to be meditation, but like walks in nature, or listen to good music, or whatever puts you in that high vibe where you really feel good. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to feel this good all the time. I just feel like this is the place that you were in or where this relationship we're in, because we could just as well be describing this relationship like you don't care where it's going. You don't care what you nurture it with. You don't nurture it. And if this is your person, you're sort of flailing about here a bit, saying, well, I tried, but they didn't want to. What I'm trying to get to here is that out of that destruction and out of that falling apart, I hope you see it, out of that falling apart, it's like out of that came this beautiful, is not as big yet, is like the first part of it. We have the first part of the new castle, and it's sort of being, I just saw that. Do you see how it looks the same? If you want to, it looks the same. It's like having the same, just one, that's all you need to just have to restart that new foundation. It's like, and now you tend to yourself, now you care about yourself, now you care about what you put in your body, maybe to get a bit more rest. You've started to take walks in nature. You're surrounding yourself with better energy, with better things that you choose to watch, what have you. And that has allowed for you to attract this new beautiful relationship because you're in this new vibe. It is so gorgeous. And then we have 7 of Gabriel. So we have 7 there again. I was going to say we have Gabriel there again. This computer really wants to talk today. And the 7 speaks about the fulfillment of something. And I keep repeating my cake story, but it works. Is like you're having all the ingredients put together. You know what you don't want because of that falling apart of that first castle. Is like it deteriorated. It fell apart. Let's stick with the easy words that I know. I want to get it right. Deteriorated. You might not even know it, so I can just stop it now. So there's something about knowing what you don't want. So you so clearly, there's been such a strong wish about what you do want because you know, and maybe you haven't even seen it that way. Maybe you just know for a fact that this is something I don't want. But you can't have something that you don't want without in the same second asking for the improvement of what you do want. And the improvement is here. It's like freaking Pegasus himself is flying through the sky, and we have thunder and lightning coming through. There's sort of like the dove again. Oh, I forgot to say. Sorry, I have to go back. Here, she yelled. It's like, first it was like mumbo jumbo here, just with the clouds and everything. I wish it could just focus. There you go. And then it looks like all of a sudden, I'm thinking about, and it's quite telling on my age, back when Beverly Hills 90210, in Sweden we just call it Beverly Hills, and I know that in the Americas you call it 90210. It took me a while to understand that was actually the zip code for that area. I had no idea. 90210 is like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, what I think about here is that there was actually an episode of, I'm not going to remember her name, Donna Martin. Wow. And maybe you have no reference to this, depending on your age or depending on your taste. Maybe you have no reference. In this episode, there's something about, I don't remember it fully now, there's something about somebody doing something good, and obviously that had to be Donna, because she was so freaking präktig, I would say in Swedish. Don't know the word in English. She was so good. Did you hear my annoying voice there behind it? So she did something great, and therefore, and it simultaneously, in this very crazy episode, I think it was around Christmas or something, there was something about the angels in the sky and how some angel had done something, and at the end of the whatever that was, she got her wings. she received her wings. And it was like a little bell and stuff. And I just got that analogy that it's something about you've done something really, really good. I almost see the infinity sign. I'm almost surprised that we have it here on the table. Number 8, the infinity sign. That whatever you send out is going to come back. Whatever you send out is going to come back. Is that endless possibility? But once it goes out and you're in that transition of it hasn't turned around to come back yet, you might think it's a lost cause, or you might think it's not ever going to work out for you. But that's the beauty of the infinity sign. Whatever you send out always comes back. It's just a matter of time or timing. And so we're looking at it from you did something really, you sent out so much good energy, and the wishes that you've had, like the super strong wishes that you had due to something that you didn't want, is sort of coming back to you now. And because it's like you're almost being given this prize or award, and what you're given is your wings. It's like you're being given your wings. Gabriel herself is delivering the wings. It's really beautiful. And why I thought about that was that because I almost see that this is you. There you go again with the white. There they look a bit more like the phoenix rising wings, but just as well they could be butterflies. So here's where I see this huge bird here in the clouds. Huge bird. It's like it's guidance from the sky, and it's Pegasus with his wings, and it's like you're sitting on this horse, and you're in the clouds, and there's a bird next to you that is flying, and the guidance is like you're being steered in the right direction right now. You're always being steered in the right direction, but you're listening. You're listening in Libra, and you're taking the right action. You're taking the right steps, but you sort of, I don't want to say to not. It's nothing about not receiving help, or you could actually receive a lot of help. You could say yes to a lot of help. It wouldn't hurt you. But there's something about you really, really could go it alone this time, because you've gotten your own wings now. So we have this cake story where you have all the ingredients and you beautifully have put them together due to knowing what you don't want, so you know what you do want. And you put it together, you put it in the oven, you even have been in the waiting game about it, and then it's like time to take it out. You probably even have taken it out. It's probably settling in. It's probably just cooling off a bit for you to now enjoy. And so that is the 7 of Gabriel, and you really are just, it's almost like a blessing from the heavens, like letting you know that it's time to enjoy what you created. And then on the side of this comes out the moon with 18, where I have my infinity sign. And with the moon, which is so, I don't know, lately the moon and the Empress has been so closely linked. And the Empress for me is all about super knowledge and psychic insights and having really strong intuition, really listening in. There you are again, with your wings. It's like you've grown into your wings now. And something with the moon, I mean, the moon cycle has been just crazy lately. I don't mean that the moon cycle has been crazy. Maybe it has. I just mean that the amount of times that the moon has come up as a guidance or for you to watch out for, or what have you. I was just, yeah. It's like I'm getting this is weird. It's like I'm getting a redirection of it's not a redirection of the brain. There's so much intuitive insight. You're going to be given, Okay, one thing at a time. The moon represents that something is going to be revealed to you. The moon resembles for me something that is in the bit of the unknown, that you don't know it yet. But this is good karma. You've grown into your wings. You got in your wings and you put them on. You receive them. So you're in the perfect spot to have this revelation being brought to you. And I know that there's a new moon coming up on the 20th of July, which has just come up over and over again. So when there's that much energy that goes into the same, when that many people are focusing in on the same thing happening, there's always almost like a what is that called? Energy spot, like an energy vortex or a grid, or what? I don't really know what to call it, but there's like a strong place to sort of tune into and really benefit from. Whatever your relationship with the moon is, whatever your feelings or thoughts or is around the moon, you can really benefit from focusing in on that. And that's around the 20th of July. Something is about to be revealed, and we have the number 18 there. So number 1 is all about new beginnings, and there's the 8. There's the good karma coming back to you. You got in your wings, you did something really well, you sort of stayed the course, and now it's time for this change. And around the 20th is when this change is happening, and it actually might be that the timing, I asked, when is this beauty happening? So I can't really say, because it's such a general reading, and it's not an in-depth reading. There could be a wedding taking place on the 20th. There could be an engagement happening on the 20th. A commitment being made, like taking stuff to the next level. Meeting this person on the 20th, like in or around the 20th. That is the timing. And then we have number 5, and yeah, whatever was swept under the rug, whatever we didn't want to look at, there's a change in your life path right now. Whatever didn't want to be looked at is coming up to the surface. That's what I feel with this one. It's like truth is being revealed. I just want one more card here, please. Maybe some advice before we then go into the quiet part of the reading. Libra, there's your person, there's a commitment being made. It's such a beautiful reading, but I feel like there's a deeper level of stuff going on as well. Wow. Yeah, okay, so this is what you need to focus on. 4 is the heart, 7 is a completion, and it's time to enjoy that cake, whatever you put together. We're having a commitment, engagement, meeting the person of your dreams, meeting the person that you're supposed to meet due to all the people that sort of led up to this person. Libra, justice is being made. Something is going to be revealed, and I don't think it's like a secret that is going to come up, or whatever was swept under the rug is going to come up, in the sense of, I knew it was something like off with this energy. It's just something, they're going to be represented to you, this new person in your life, or the reveal is that somebody's going to ask you to marry them, or is that type of coming to the light, okay? Because look at this. The Magician and Ace of Raphael with the dolphins. It's like gorgeous beyond gorgeous. So it's two number 1s there. Number 1 in itself, it talks about these new beginnings, and the Ace, it is a number 1, so it's just a strong new beginning. You're choosing a different life path, Libra, stepping into something new here, choosing something new. I'm being corrected. It's important for you to know that you're the one correcting yourself into this new place. You're choosing something new. Ace is the highest possible energy around any situation, and that's what you're calling in. That's what we're dealing with here. You're the magician. You can create whatever relationship you want right now, and you're creating the highest possible energy. I love that going into this silent part, because it's like that's what I've asked for you. Go back to the blueprint. Have whatever it is that you magically can think of, like your highest possible dream. You're able to create that, Libra. So on the magician we have, you can manifest the life you want. You will need, no, what you need will magically appear, successful beginnings. And underneath Ace of Raphael, he says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. Wow, I love that. So I'm gonna now move over to this gorgeousness, mystical wisdom. Maybe I haven't said that, but I do apologize that it reverses the images. Although it's quite nice that they are. Peacocks are in the back there. Peacocks and unicorns is my indication of a soulmate connection coming in. So we want 14 images for Libra for this silent part. And sort of just sit with the images and see what wants to come up for yourself. And then just let it go. They're going to start to fly out. So you can fast forward if you want to. But it's not going to take forever. If you think that. They just need to come in a certain order, and then they're going to start to fall out. $14, please, for Libra. Fem, sex, sju, åtta. 9, 10, 11. Counting in Swedish. 12. I think there's going to be one more, but okay, I'm going to count. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One more. One more for Libra, please. There you go. Okay, guys, whenever you're ready, I'm just going to start to show you these images. And whenever I'm done with this, whenever you're done with this, I'm not going to say goodbye or anything. I'm just going to end the reading. And if you feel drawn to the extended, then the link is in the description box down below. So should we wait for that? No.